A gloomy day in Hawaii is a welcomed respite. Living in the land of perpetual warmth and sunshine, I find myself often getting swept up in busyness. Though I moved to an island seeking a slower pace of life, I often catch myself slipping into the frame of mind I held when I was younger and living in the Pacific Northwest. That I must take full advantage of every sunny day. I totally believe in living every day to the fullest. However, I don't want to use that as an excuse to perpetually overextend myself. Instead, my goal is a healthy balance. Balance between work and play, time spent in my imagination and time spent in the physical world, busyness and rest. Today is a special day because we have gloomy weather. Most people think of Hawaii and they think of warm, sunny, beautiful weather, and that is what we have most of the year. And so on days when we get gloomy weather, I just soak it up because it's rare, and these weather changes and season changes do not come often. I am just enjoying it and taking it in and doing activities that are way more suited for gloomy weather. I also wanted to say thank you to you all for your sweet and encouraging comments on my last video. I wasn't sharing all the hard stuff, like looking for encouragement or anything. I just wanted to share what's actually been going on because I feel like I've been sort of quiet over the last few months. And so I kind of more just wanted to explain that. But I really appreciate that I have this amazing group of people online who want to encourage me and each other. I just appreciate you guys so much, so thank you. And say something nice to somebody in the comments today. That would just make my day. I remember taking my first painting class when I was about, I want to say 15 years old, and I remember coming home from class every afternoon and I would close myself up in my room and blast music and just paint for hours, and I would get totally lost in the process. And I remember I started taking that class in the fall and the weather was always really gloomy when I was painting. Over the years, that was kind of something I did to cope with the gray weather when I lived in the Northwest, was to paint in the gloomy seasons. And so that carried over into living in Minnesota and then in Washington again. All of my favorite paintings I've ever done, I did on really gloomy days. Even though we don't have like long winters or a lot of bad weather, I still feel that pull to paint when the weather gets gloomy, even for just a day, and just get totally lost in it. Our island boasts one of the best windsurfing spots in the world. A lot of talented windsurfers and kiters flock to the beach when the wind is just right, so of course we had to go watch the show. Down in this part of the seat broke. We got blasted with wind and I got sand spurs in my foot, but it was totally worth it. While we were there, I got this idea to get a photo of me jumping into Austin's arms on the cliffside, using the self-timer on my camera. I think we had to do it about 10 times, and Austin's poor arms were getting so tired, and we kept laughing and stumbling. My husband's such a trooper for going along with my crazy ideas. A lesson that I learned while living in Minnesota is that weather is what you perceive it to be. It's only bad if your attitude towards it is bad. Embrace every season, every day for what it is. Dance with the rhythms of nature. And just know, if you live somewhere that's snowy right now, I'm here in Hawaii dreaming of where you are.
I'm thinking about what I need so I can feel. Do you know what I need so I can be okay? It's hidden in the spaces of my mind we used to go. Cause it's the same old game I've been playing.